Hey guys, welcome to another video. I'm testing out a new setup here where I have a brand new camera and I just want to see how it shows up. So it's very similar to the one I had before, just the angle's kind of weird. So it might look like there's a little less light than normal. Well, let's begin. Today's subject, I think we're going to go with a Dead or Alive character. Because Dead or Alive 6 is around the corner, so let's see. Who's a cool character? I really dig all the guy characters, like Hayabusa and stuff like that. Yeah, maybe Mary Rose. I really can't choose. I'm hurting. No! Oh, here we go. Yes. Alright. I'm gonna do Ayane. I dig Ayane's look here. Okay. So I've never really done one of these where I'm talking as I'm drawing. Normally I have to do the voiceover and just I'll watch the video and then I'm voicing over it. So this is the first time that you're actually seeing me draw live while I'm sketching this out. Dead or Alive's been known for the way they draw women. I'll leave it at that. But it's one of probably the smoothest mechanics as far as a fighting game goes. I'm not going to do anything too crazy with this one. I just wanted to see how this shot, the drawing, and it's even picking up the blue pencil, which normally it doesn't pick up blue. That's why I used the non-photo blue, because I just want to get an idea of where everything's gonna fall, and then I go over it with the lead pencil. I was going to live stream, but we got hit with a really bad storm here in Rochester, and we literally got home probably right before 9 o'clock, and just by the time I got the kids in bed and everything, it wouldn't make sense to live stream. So that poll that I did on Twitter, most likely I'll just move it to next week. So I haven't even checked it actually. I'm hoping it was wrestling. Yeah, I can already tell the difference as far as the detail is picking up. The old camera was a good one, but it just didn't pick up enough of the detail. And I feel like this new 4K camera will pick up a lot more, and I'll be able to do bigger pieces, and that's why I've stayed away from doing bigger pieces, for that reason. Bigger pieces, for some weird reason, the old camera would the autofocus would time out and just start focusing on the black of the table instead of the actual drawing. So I'm hoping that with this new camera I can do these bigger pieces and not really have to worry so much, about where things are gonna fall. So I can worry less about the camera and focus more on the actual drawing itself. I'm not too familiar with Ayane as a character. Like I said, I play mostly with Hayabusa and Jan Lee. I love Jan Lee's characters. He's just like Bruce Lee. I've always been a sucker for Bruce Lee type characters in video games, like Fei Long, Liu Kang, and oh man, her hair is kind of weird, and Rock Lee from Naruto. I'm always the second. I love all the secondary characters, as you can see from my love for Vegeta, but Vegeta ended up being a main character down the road. But during the Namek saga and the Saiyan saga, Vegeta was kind of left in the dirt. once you lose to Goku, I guess you just don't matter. So I'm glad that now Vegeta is kind of an important character. This is probably not going to look the greatest, because most of the time when I do sketch cards, I like to plan it out better. This is more to test out the 4K-ness of this glorious 4K camera. I have been eyeing different cameras for a while, and I actually picked up a Nikon 3400 yesterday, and I was not happy with it. It didn't have a viewfinder, so I can't look up and see what I was drawing. And it only recorded 10 minutes at a time. So when I draw these longer pieces, like some of the Resident Evil pieces were almost 3 hours long, I need something that's gonna stay recording. I don't want to start recording all this and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, where did my drawing go? I'm most likely just gonna keep this in pencil, and then I'll do a more in-depth Ayane down the road. This is just to see, you know. Actually, I should try color, just to see how color pops on 4K. Obviously, 4K is not the be-all end-all. All 4K does is just up the resolution, so it picks up more of the video, or more of the space you're recording. And let's see here. I'll use my pocket brush, or actually I have a new marker here. It's from Copic. I've been wanting to try it out, so now it gives me a chance to try it out. Here it is. I'm gonna put it on camera in just a second. It is the Copic Gossenfuge or nylon brush. So let's see how this shows up on camera. Not bad. I'm definitely liking it more than the Pentel pocket brush. It feels more illustrative. This will be great for, you know, drawing dragons or doing a quick head sketch at a convention. And I am so excited to be doing this convention coming up in Central PA. I haven't been to a con in it's been a while. So I'm super excited. So yeah, this is not coming out the way I was hoping, but I just wanted to see what would pop out and what would not show up. So as soon as this dries up a little bit, there we go. Happy little trees, happy. Yes. Kakarot. This is not how you draw a character. Alright, so I don't like rushing. Rushing is not one of my favorite things. Alright, so definitely recommend this one. I'm gonna try to close up there a little bit. Come on, you autofocus. Oh, the camera's pretty good. It's staying focused on the drawing, which, you know, you can't beat that. I will link it in the comments, so if any of you guys are interested in it, you can pick it up. So now let's, so she has kind of like purplish hair. So instead of putting purple down, what I would do is grab a pale blue gray. It's hard for me to see the color, so I have to use the Copic color guide here, which is the numbering system. And if you have a smartphone, you can actually download the free Copic app. And if you do happen to have a marker that's not labeled, you can actually look it up in the Copic app and it'll tell you what color you're using. It's awesome for people who have colorblind issues. I'm not completely colorblind, but I do have issues seeing colors, and that's one of the reasons why I don't recommend the Tombow if you are colorblind, because as you can see here, my daughter switched the caps on me, so I can't tell if that is the color that's supposed to be there or if that's the color that's supposed to be there. And nowhere on the marker does it say what color, it just gives you a number. And obviously it didn't come with a marker guide, so I can't use these. So I just give them to my kids to play around with. At least they want to follow in Dad's footsteps. So just putting down a little bit more purple. She has more pinkish purple, but because of all the stuff that I threw around here after setting up the camera, I can't really get to my purple end of markers here. A little red in the eyes, and then put down what's this color? This one's Cardinal R59. And then just to finish off this quick sketch, I am going to put down pale fruit pink. This is what I highly recommend for skin tones. And obviously this marker doesn't dry very quickly, so as you can see, I'm smudging the marker, which is okay. I mean, this is not a commission piece. This is kind of just a test out piece, so I'm not really too concerned. But had I done this on something that I wanted finished, that I would have had stressed out moment there. So no harm, no foul. But just note, if you are using some sort of brush marker with a brush pen, you will have smudging if the drawing doesn't dry on time. And I finished it off with the E01 Fruit Pink. Obviously in the bigger pieces I will go with a lot heavier of color saturation, but this is just to test out the camera. So my final thoughts on this new camera setup in just a moment. So this is the camera setup here. As you can see, hopefully it'll focus here. It's very similar to the camera I'm actually holding in my hand, but it gives me an idea. It's so big too, it doesn't even fit on there. So that's kind of something I have to work on, maybe make a new a frame to hold the camera. And it scares me because this camera is probably 5 times heavier than the one I'm holding, but I'll have to work on that down the road. This is the picture how it looks with the original CX 405, which is only a 1080p, but it does record at 60 frames per second, which isn't a big deal for me since I speed up the video. So that's, you know, that's kind of a takeaway, but now I have more room to play with as far as 4K. So my final thoughts, I think it's a great camera. I am definitely gonna enjoy it. I'm still on the fence if I'm gonna return it and maybe go with a DSLR or mirrorless camera. But I do like how everything looks on there, and the fact that I can put a lapel mic and not have to voice over the drawing later is a big plus. There's also a lot of cool things about it. Obviously the viewer is flippable. It has a really big camera body, so when I go to take it to shows I can carry it around. Battery's huge. This camera right here doesn't have a big camera. I mean, it still lasted a pretty long time when I used to record without it plugged in. So all in all, I'm really happy with it. I think going forward, I still have to see how it's going to look sped up. So this is going to be one to try out speeding it up. I'm going to probably just speed up that video. So let me know in the comments down below if you have any other suggestions for cameras that you think I could use here. I'm sorry, setting that up. Other than that, look forward to seeing more videos with this and a little mic over. Anyways, thanks everybody for watching, and don't forget to keep it over 9,000.